Uh, I get what you're saying. Yes, I'm pretty sure that is what it is. He thinks he's invincible, but maybe after the first incident, it's like, okay,
Or the
like,
second.
or the second, but we're talking about maybe like five at this point.
Exactly.
You have this huge Nike deal at stake. Like Nike had to come out and put out a statement yesterday. No brand wants you to put them in a position where they got to pick, they got to say like we're going to stick with you or we're not.
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
How is it going? How is it going?
It is going. I'm on day 2 of kind of no sleep.
Uh,
Thanks to this little guy here,
oh, my little
Spody,
nephew.
your little nephew. He got me feeling like that Annie Lee poster, that Annie Lee print where she's like the woman who's sitting on the side of the bed looking tired.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
me.
what you say? This is going on day 3?
Yeah, this is day 3.
Oh yeah, it gets better. It gets better. If you can
Everybody
like
keeps
press
saying,
through the first 2 weeks to a month, then you'll start to see like, oh, okay, it's starting to get easier. But
okay,
it's like bringing a newborn baby home. Well,
ex-
let me not say that,
yeah.
but you know,
Who knows? Who knows? But
right? Because I don't,
everybody,
I don't know that.
yeah, everybody keeps telling me that just to power through. This is the hardest part.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Trust me, I know. I've done it twice, and
Yes.
the first time was like crazy. So, any advice you can get from friends that have gone through it,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Yeah, and I
always
have
nice.
appreciate the help.
Yeah, but I can't wait to meet him.
Yes.
So exciting.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Your nephews on this side have been sick, so
Oh no.
they both have a stomach bug, and I think Carter gave it to Dexter.
Mhm.
So the last couple of nights have been quite rough. And I was going to take them to the vet yesterday, but there was like a 4 hour wait. And I was just like, I know what's wrong. I just want an antibiotic so that
Yeah.
I can get this cleared up. Can you just give me the antibiotic? They're like, no, they have to be seen. So I was like, all right, girl, I'll just wait it out. So that's what we'll be doing, waiting it out.
But a 4-hour wait at the vet. That's like the
Yeah, it was on a
ER.
Saturday. So it was like the emergency vet because their vet isn't
Mhm.
open.
Got you.
So that's been happening in my world. So of course, sleep deprived and still having to get things done. But here we
Yeah.
are,
Here we are. Episode
trucking through.
46.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's get into it. Do you want to hop into Above the Fold?
Let's do it.
All right.
So, first we're starting with a question. What is happening at Adidas? Obviously there's been a lot of news around what's going on with Kanye potentially. Of course, they dropped him during our hiatus, right? Or before
Mm-hmm.
our hiatus, during our hiatus.
During.
Now there are well, number one, Adidas financially doesn't seem to be doing great since that. And there are rumors that they are engaging in conversations with him again, which is interesting. Again, they're just rumors. They're just rumors.
Okay.
From a business perspective, I don't see how that could possibly work given the reason that they stopped working with him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Simultaneously, news about Ivy Park kind of like hemorrhaging money a bit. Like, I think sales were down 50%, and it doesn't look like between Ivy Park and Adidas, there's a good relationship there. So, what are your
Wait,
thoughts?
between who? Ivy Park and Adidas?
Yeah, from what again, rumors, what the streets have been saying, that they're not really, there's not, there's a little tension there, potentially.
Okay. I mean, I think we pretty much have a more clearer perspective of what's happening with Yeezy and Adidas, based on, I mean, a lot of what Adidas was pretty much taking a lot of what they have built with the Yeezy brand and then incorporating it in other places. And I think that's what
Hmm.
Kanye's biggest gripe was initially, and then that just kind of like spiraled out of control. Um,
But that's not why
but
he
it
was dismissed, though.
well, he wasn't dismissed because of that. I mean, he was dismissed because of his rhetoric and what things that he was saying that the brand did not align with. And I
Right.
okay, yeah, so you're right. And I think from there, a lot of other details and things they start nitpicking at one another about, well, you're doing this, well, you're taking the concepts that we've created and putting them in other places. So all those
Yeah.
details started coming out.
Yeah. And then
Um,
and then he kind of just like, he kind of bluffed and they called his bluff. He was like, I
yeah,
can
he
say,
did
remember he
bluff.
went on that Drink Champs interview and said, I can say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. And the next day they dropped him.
They dropped him. Yeah, yeah. So I think that one's um a bit more overt in terms of, okay, this is why this didn't work. It was a success. It was a successful partnership. They were making money. They were the sales, the revenue. They were hitting targets and all the goals. I think in the case of Ivy Park, I think that's a conversation around like market fit when it comes to the celebrity that is attached to the brand. And
100%.
hindsight, it's 2020, but looking at a brand like Ivy Park and a celebrity like Beyonce, I don't feel like that fit is there. You're taking Beyonce, who is
Glam. Top of the
yeah.
top.
I feel like she would have did better doing a luxury brand or a luxury line because it's
Yeah, I think, well, number one, yeah, to your point, athleisure. When have we ever seen her in athleisure, right? So like, yes, it was
mhm,
not a good brand fit. Um, but you say you could see her doing a luxury line. I can see her doing what she's doing with Tiffany's, which is aligning with an already established luxury brand. But like, and I know we've had this argument before. As much as you hate to admit it, Bronzy, Beyonce is just not like a fashion girl like that. You know what I mean? Like we don't
I
regard
don't
her.
hate to admit that at all. I'm
Oh, I feel like we've had
100%.
that conversation before. Like people just don't regard her as a fashion girl. So like
Hmm.
even her coming up with her own like, her own high fashion brand, I don't think it would do much. I mean, look at Rihanna. Rihanna is that fashion girl, and even her brand is kind of doing whatever it's doing. I think it's still technically, owned by LVMH, but like when was the last time they put out a collection? And Rihanna is the fashion girl.
Right. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I saw a quote on Twitter and it said, in speaking about Beyonce, she's more of an artistic god than an aspirational figure. We know nothing about her day to day lifestyle, and her icon status benefits from that. Her ability to remain mystery is a rare currency. So, when you're trying to sell something that is for the everyday person and you're not that, nor are you visible in that, not even that in terms of like social status, but in terms of letting yourself in. Um, I, I think this is a good comparison. When Kanye and Yeezy, I remember Forbes did a special where they like went to his house and he let them into like the product strategy and the building of the products, and it almost was as if you were entering a painter's house and seeing a lot of unfinished projects, and they were talking you through the process and what they were going for and what their inspiration is.
Hmm.
We with Ivy Park, when you're talking about a brand like that that is for the whole consumer wise or for more, um we didn't get there with Beyonce, and she's not. And the issue is with Beyonce and a brand like Ivy Park, she can't be the face of that. It's not
Yeah.
sustainable for her. It doesn't align to like the quote I just said, that mystery
Yeah.
and that rare currency. And you're selling an athleisure brand. Those two don't align. And when we're talking about market fit, that's a miss.
Yeah. And I think also with Kanye, like it made so much sense for him to let them in to see the process because he's been very vocal about how much he cares about fashion and design and that aspect of things. And like
Yeah,
he is,
yeah.
there is no question how involved he is in his brand. Like he cares deeply.
Hmm.
So yeah, so like it makes sense for him to invite them in and show the process, and it just lends more credibility to a guy we already were kind of giving, had fought for credibility in the space.
Right.
Whereas Beyonce, like if she were to put out a documentary right now about Ivy Park, uh, I could not see that. But when she puts out the documentary about the BT, behind the scenes of Renaissance tour or any other tour, you see that
Yeah.
that same passion that Kanye gives to fashion is where she's giving that live performance. Is
Yeah.
what she gives to her live
100%.
performance. But I can't see her doing that for Ivy Park. I don't see her sitting up there with swatches and colors and talking about color theory and referencing so and so and so. I don't see it.
Right, right. That doesn't feel like it's as much of an extension of her as you were saying these other things that we know her for are. I think I saw a TikTok video of someone speaking about this topic, and I wish I knew who the creator was so I could say their names. I will be more mindful of that. But she was just saying like there are a couple of other things that Beyonce probably like hindsight is 2020, but could have really excelled at. She was always ahead of the game with her wigs. Like before laces were a thing and
Hmm.
everybody was like, is that coming out her scalp? Like, what is that? Could you imagine if 15, 20 years ago she did a wig line? And what
Yeah.
that potentially could have been today? Like that would have been Fenty, but for hair. Or just thinking about what she and Mama Tina were doing as far as her wardrobe in the early days and
House of
how her
Darion.
stage presence. Yeah, yeah. Or what
I'm
that,
joking. I'm joking.
if she had like stage costumes or things of that sort, I don't want to say a line, but a brand that had a lot of influence in that space for performers, and that could have translated into ballet and targeted toward Black performers and things of that sort. So I think there are things where there are market fit for her. I just don't think that Ivy Park, the way it has been designed up to this date, is the right fit. And I think there was an excitement around it, especially with those first drops. This was during the pandemic when they were sending those boxes and those big orange boxes, and there was all this social push around it. It was
Right.
exciting. But then I think that got stale rather quickly. You know, after
Yeah.
like the third drop, it was like, okay,
Yeah. How
that
many like
demand went
huge
down.
wardrobes? Yeah. How many huge
Yeah,
wardrobes can you drop at celeb and influencers doors before it's like, okay, we get it?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask a question. Do you own any Ivy Park or do you know anybody with Ivy Park?
I do own Ivy Park. I own a beanie because it was given to me as a gift.
Okay. See, I don't, other than you, then I don't know anybody who has a piece, who owns anything. And I think that that's also very telling.
Y'all tell us, do you own any Ivy Park? And if not, why? I think that's a good
Yes.
question.
Yeah. Um, well, kind of staying in that same vein, there was a teaser or just kind of like a little asset that Rihanna and Puma were re-engaging their partnership. Of course, I don't remember what year it was. It could have been like 2009, 2010, maybe. No,
Right.
maybe.
That
Well,
was for she became creative director
2012.
sometime in the like 10 teens.
Yeah,
14, I want to say.
somewhere
But
around there.
yeah.
She had her creeper shoe with Puma. It did pretty well. I think it got like sneaker of the year and
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. I don't know how political those awards are, so I don't know if that really holds much weight. But in New York, the girls were walking around in the shoes. Okay, so
Yes.
um,
I
so
think
to see
Hamadi
that,
had some.
yeah, I mean they were cool. They weren't that comfortable, but
Excuse
bless
me.
you, they weren't that
Thank you.
comfortable, but
You had some?
they were cute. I did. I think I had like the black
Okay.
velvet ones or something.
Okay. The
Um,
girls had them. The girls had them.
but yeah, so interested to see what that looks like now, what a partnership between the two looks like now. Puma's a brand that I feel like since she partnered with them, I haven't heard much about. I think June Ambrose might be creative director over there
I was about to
now,
say, I see Jay Z, Sean Carter, and
because
lots of
because
Puma. And but
because of
to
June,
your
yeah.
point, yeah,
But yeah, like I feel like when we talk about these these athletic brands or these sneaker companies, have whatever you want to call them, we talk a lot about Nike, a lot about Adidas, occasionally about Reebok, just because of some of their partnerships and New Balance, but Puma has kind of like fallen out of the conversation a bit. So excited to see if this gets them back in the conversation or what they put out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I am. I'm excited to see how they resurge. I think their last drop was in 2018, and I don't think the partnership went anywhere. I think it was just on hold because of some of the other business ventures that she's had going on.
Right.
Um, but I'm excited to see how they reignite this, and then also how the market reacts to it.
Yeah. Same.
Cool, cool. So I have not seen Creed 3. Have you?
I haven't seen it either. But what I will say, what has been exciting me, or what I've noticed, is all the conversation around the movie and all of the marketing, the marketing around the movie. I feel like this is the first time I've seen a big budget film have like big budget marketing to match. And I don't know where between Creed 2 and Creed 3 the decision was made, the budget was found, and the plan was orchestrated. But like between star on the Walk of Fame,
Yeah.
all of the covers and news, news coverage and magazine covers and talk shows,
Mm-hmm.
social, like all the viral clips, all the viral conversation, whether it's negative or positive. I'm like, oh, there is a blockbuster movie coming out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I think it's been, I don't want to say it's been a while, um, because I think we saw a bit of that with the Black Panthers. Anyway, to your point, to the point that you're making, yeah, you have seen a lot of Creed 3, even if you have not been intending to do so. It's just been present, whether it's been on, clips on social from the talk shows and a lot of the other things that you've mentioned. I think I think in the case of Michael B. Jordan, he directed the film, right?
Yeah.
I think for him, it's like this is the potentially the end of a trilogy. We've had success with the first two. How do we really push this time to make
You,
even more impact? And
you think
I
this
think
is sorry, you think this is the end of a trilogy?
I can't say I haven't seen it. It could potentially be. I don't know if you go into it automatically knowing. I think you always no. I retract that statement. I think just because it's the third go around for Creed, my sentiment still remains is that he wanted to push as much as he could to make some noise,
Yeah.
and a lot of
Um
pressure was on him. Like I'm directing, I'm starring in it, and then I'm bringing along another at this point A-list actor. And how do we get the most momentum out of what we have?
yeah. I will say that like I don't know many other franchises that seem to put more of an effort in like the third installment than maybe the second, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
but but it's not lost on me that Michael B. Jordan is co-owner or owner of kind of his own agency, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think it's called Obsidian or Obsidian Works or something like that. I'm sure they managed or spearheaded much of this push, and he has a like he has a they have a vested interest in this film doing well because the company is owned by him. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm excited to see the film. I actually want to go to the theater and see it, so maybe I'll do that sometime this week.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's been so much noise around it, like people, and that's what you want. Whether it's positive, you just want people conversation around the film, and they have achieved that, whether it's been intentionally or not. Um, and I think that's the best you can hope for because then there's a lot of attention on it. Um, and people talking about it. That's the social currency that you want.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people who never saw Creed 2 talking about they're definitely going to see Creed 3. So I guess, you guys did your job.
Interesting. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like we talked a little bit about this guy on our last episode and how if he wasn't careful, he could get himself into a lot of trouble with his social media shenanigans, should we say? But or even just his off the court shenanigans, I should say. Ja Morant.
Did we jinx this? Because literally, I felt like soon as we got done recording, there were headlines.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Like that same week.
It's
What
it.
what is happening?
I don't know. And my thing is like, it's very unclear if he's really built like that or not. Like a lot of people are like,
hmm
oh no, two-family household, Sperry's.
I saw I saw a Twitter thread. Well, you know that clip on Twitter where the guy was like, I'm from the ghetto." Ra-da-da-da,
Yes.
ra-da," and it's like Ja Morant.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
That is
As
Ja.
soon as he,
Yeah. I
so
saw
it's
a tweet.
like,
I saw a tweet, and I'm not going to say who it's from because I despise this person.
okay.
But it said something like Ja Morant's going to be the first guy to make it out the league and into the hood.
Oh yes,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
There
I'm
was
like,
a
what is
lot
he? Yeah, what is
of
he? What is
social
he?
content like that.
What is he doing?
I don't
What is
know.
he
Amadi made a
thinking?
good point. He said he believes he's invincible. He's untouchable. Like right now, you're on the top of the mountain. You're getting all these deals. You're successful. You're getting all these ops, and if a part of you feels like, oh, I'm on the top of the world, like this, I made it. And not to say that that's an excuse or a reason to make you act any differently, but it comes with the side of arrogance that now is very present. Like you see all this attention is on you. You have all these storylines on you. Why would you go online
Yeah.
and do anything that is completely unnecessary to do?
And who are these people around you too? Because they were like friends in the video from at least from this weekend. Like,
Mhm.
get those people from around you. Like, I get what you're saying. Yes, I'm pretty sure that is what it is. He thinks he's invincible, but maybe after the first incident, it's like, oh, okay,
Or the
like,
second.
or the second. But we're talking about maybe like five at this point.
Mhm.
That over the past couple of months. You
Exactly.
have this huge Nike deal at stake. Like Nike had to come out and put out a statement yesterday. No brand wants you to put them in a position where they got to pick, they got to say like we're going to stick with you or we're not.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, they said they are going to stick with him, but now he's on a social media break talking about while I go get help. Just stay your ass out the strip club with your gun.
Right.
And
That's
and
it.
yeah,
That's
and
it.
I'm like the
And
the
it.
other piece of it is it's not just him. Like of course, like when these guys make it to the league, they're putting on for their family and all this kind of stuff. You have a young daughter too
Yeah.
that you
Exactly.
have the potential to set up for. You have the potential to set your grandkids up,
Yeah.
but you too busy over here, you know, singing what's his name, NBA YoungBoy lyrics or whatever the hell he was rapping in the club.
Whomever. Or if you're gonna be in the strip club with your gun, put your phone down. Like I think
Exactly.
it's just that simple. What are you trying to prove and to
Yeah.
whom? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for Ja Morant. I like him as a player.
Same.
And there's still so much potential he has, but he needs to course correct now.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
so
And
that
like, and the other piece of it is like, who's to say how much money, potential money, he has lost because of what he has done over these past couple months? We'll never know because the deals will never happen. Like, how many
right.
decks has he been written in that someone had to go and like, all right, let's replace Ja Morant with insert other
Yeah.
NBA player's name.
Yeah. That's true. So, did you watch the NAACP awards?
I did not.
I didn't either, but I did see.
I was
some
like, I
of the
thought you were about to get on me for
headlines.
not watching. See,
No, I mean I was gonna get on us, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't watch.
I didn't know.
My
I
bad.
mean, like, yeah, like when it even aired, because every day I kept hearing about new people who had won, and I'm like, well, when is the damn awards if y'all give out
Oh,
awards every
every
day?
award before time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, we have to talk about it just because it's black excellence, and I
of
think we talked
course.
about before when you talk about the Grammys or the Oscars and all these other places that um, do not celebrate us in the way that we feel we should be celebrated
Yeah.
and awarded. The NAACP is a place that is built for us, and I love the venture of having these awards. So a couple of things. Nico Anand took home the Best Actor trophy, and I saw his acceptance speech, and I was just so happy and proud. Just
Hmm.
because you're thinking about someone who's more in the middle age, finally getting his break in the space of his craft, and that's always inspiring. But then also for him to be a queer man and to get this sort of recognition is something that I'll always celebrate.
Yeah.
Um, so if you haven't had a chance, check out his acceptance speech.
No, I
He's someone
definitely
that
will.
I'm going to continue looking out for and rooting for, and whatever he does. P Valley is coming back again, so excited to see that. And then hopefully he gets some more ops beyond that too.
Yeah. I haven't heard much of what happened at the NAACP awards. I think other than maybe like Angela Bassett's win,
Hmm.
because of her callback to um, whatever the hell that performance was at. I think it was the
Oh,
BAFTAs.
yes.
Angela
What was
Angela
that?
Bassett did the thing,
Angela Bassett did the thing. Yeah! I guess Angela Bassett did the thing.
which was
Yes.
hilarious. I cannot
Angela
stop.
Bassett did the thing.
I can't,
What?
I can't stop singing that. I don't know, but because in her acceptance speech
Did you?
she said, "I guess Angela Bassett did the thing" or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Did you see she reached out to her to see if
No,
she
but
was
I'm
okay?
glad she did. I'm glad she did
I
because
saw a headline or a tweet that said what Angela Bassett said, and I read it in her voice, and it was perfect. She was like, "Yeah, I reached out because this is a lot of attention, you know."
yeah, yeah. Okay, I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah,
And like I'm blanking on her name. I know her I think she was in like West Side Story, the actress that sang that thing. But I think she deactivated her Twitter and all of this kind of stuff. So yes, I'm glad she checked on her because it's like it's
Ariana
all
DeBose.
yeah, because it's all jokes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that shit
exactly.
was funny. So
It
sorry.
was hilarious. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what it was for. Like, yeah. Brittany Griner was on stage, so it was good to see her in the public light again.
Yeah.
And just to be able to like breathe a sigh of relief that she is back stateside, and everything that there's been so much discussion around that. So just a celebration of that. And I'm going to tell you that Serena Williams
Of
accepted the
course.
Jackie Robinson Sports Honors Award. Come on now.
I'm like, yeah, y'all got like a tracker on her, so I know she was there.
I'm listen. This is a Serena Williams stan podcast, and anything that she does in the realm of black excellence will be updated. So, just you know, if you need a source of truth, come here. I'll make sure
Yeah.
that we always plug it. Just check the date, and that'll be your latest.
Yeah. All things Serena all the time. Love it.
Basically. Um, but yeah, that's kind of like the main highlights and takeaways that I wanted to talk about. Oh, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Unions.
Yes.
There
Yeah.
was a lot of chatter around that in the heartfelt message and speech to and about Zaya Wade. Um, a lot of people weren't here for Gabrielle Union's speech. Some people were saying that they feel like it's performative. Um, and I'm
We're
like,
talking
y'all
about
can.
her child, like her stepchild. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
what do you okay. Mhm.
I'm saying I think people don't like. There are people that just don't like Gabrielle Union, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But you have to be cognizant to know like some things are off limits.
Yeah. 100%. And even sometimes I feel like I hear or I see chatter about like them doing too much. And I'm like, how do you do too it's your child, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's your child in the public, it in public conversation around a very
Because
sensitive topic.
that's exactly why it's a sensitive topic, and historically in Black communities, when it comes to these topics, it's like it's fine if you acknowledge it and if you accept it, but beyond that, sweep it under the rug and make it a private matter that is just between you and your family. We don't need to hear all that, or we
Yeah.
don't need any messaging beyond that. So
Nah, fuck all
I think
that.
it's a matter of just people being uncomfortable, and you need to be uncomfortable.
Exactly. That's how we
Frankly, that's how I feel.
change. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
we progress. You got to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
So
have to be
sit in
made
that
uncomfortable.
uncomfortability. Sit
Exactly.
in that
And assess
uncomfortability.
why you feel uncomfortable. Maybe there's
Exactly.
something there. Maybe there's some
Exactly.
growth internally right there. But yeah, I did hear or see uh some of their speeches, and obviously saw the conversation around that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up above the fold. Did I just do your job? Is that? I feel like that's usually like your line.
It usually is, but I'm fine allowing
Okay.
you to go ahead and be the placeholder this week.
Okay.
That's
Well,
completely fine.
that wraps up above the fold, which means that it's time for guess that spokesperson. Um,
Yes.
this week is my turn to give you the clues. So let's just jump right in. The brand is Doritos. Um, speaking of the NAACP awards, this person was nominated in this past awards for Outstanding Actress. Her real name is Lauren, and she is often fodder for memes. Like, you can find a meme featuring her quite easily.
Doritos. She was nominated for Best Actress in
Outstanding
this past
Actress.
Outstanding Actress. She has lots of memes. Her real name is Lauren.
Yeah.
uh,
I'll give you one more hint. I don't know if it'll help, just because it's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. But she's from like the Chicago area. She's Chicago adjacent.
okay. I don't know.
You don't even want to just throw a name
Give
out.
me, um, is this supposed to be hard?
No, I didn't think so. I mean, there's only 5 people nominated for Outstanding Actress, and clearly you did your research on the NAACP awards. So I thought once I saw it on the list for Above the Fold, you were gonna get this one. You
Does
ready?
she? Okay, let me ask. Let me
Oh
ask.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
let me
yeah. Your
ask. Let me ask.
questions. Yeah.
Um, is she known for the video "Sorry to That Man"? I don't know that man. I don't know this man.
Yes.
Okay, Kiki Palmer.
Why? How did you get there? See, I shouldn't have gave that damn last clue.
Well, you have to think like who was the outstanding actresses.
Exactly. What movies came
And
out?
I'm like, who's yeah. And then the meme thing. I'm like,
Yeah. No, you're lucky. I'm on like 2 hours of sleep over the past like 72 hours, because I was just like, I don't have it. Top three,
no, it was a
top three
good one.
hints, top 3 facts about Kiki Palmer. All right, let's go.
I do need to. I don't know the spot though.
It was I'm not sure if there was like a spot or if it was just like more of a social thing, but there's some
Oh, okay,
TikToks and
gotcha.
stuff like that. There might be a spot that she like VO'd or something. Not 100% sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, and this is like just going back to Above the Fold, which I didn't put in, but I think the Cardi B and Offset McDonald's meal
Mhm.
may be the biggest successful celebrity meal yet.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize that. I don't know why. Oh, huh.
yep,
Where'd you see that? Send me that link.
I will. But yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of Witcha Black Ads.
No, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
We got to do, going with your black ads or that ain't it.
It's the second one back. We still
Yeah,
getting back.
we're still ironing out the kinks, getting that muscle memory back. So I'll go first, I guess. For going with your black ads, I'm gonna give that to the Creed 3 rollout, Michael B. Jordan and team. I think they're doing a great job in bringing back like blockbuster rollouts. And we talk about rollouts a lot, like even from a music perspective and all that kind of stuff. Like bring back the art of the rollout, please.
Mhm.
And for that ain't it, gotta give that to Ja Morant, unfortunately. Just his behavior, you know.
Yes. I'm going with your black ads to the NAACP Awards, just the establishment in general, because it's a place that celebrates us, literally for us, by us. And Ja Morant, that ain't it.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. Aligned.
Cool. Take it away.
Oh, I get to roll us out. Well, that wraps up episode 46 of Witcha Black Ads. As always, follow us on all the socials. Subscribe to YouTube. Find us on all of your podcast streaming services. All the things. We're everywhere, kinda, when we want to be. So.
Yes, when we want to be, when we have time to be. And always keep your eyes on the streets as well. Let us know if any topics come up that you think we would be interested in. We love when you all send us things and we can like put it into our fold. So
yeah,
we'll holla at y'all next time. Thank you.
Bye, Spody. Bye.
Bye, Spody. All right, bye.
Bye.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. God damn. That's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.